What's happening, everybody? It's Chris with Lone Wolf DIY. Thanks so much for checking out the channel. I appreciate your support, and I love seeing you guys here. Today, what I'm doing is I'm going to do a Wi-Fi connectivity test. I'm going to be living here in the trailer for a little while, and I want to make sure I've got a really great Wi-Fi connection. And I decided to sell the house instead of doing the Airbnb. It was a big disappointment for me, but there was a lot of factors that went into making that decision. I'm going to share with you guys in this video. But it's all for a good cause. I cannot wait to get up to Oregon. I can't wait to hang out and spend time with my parents. I can't wait to spend time with my friends that I grew up with, and I cannot wait to see what my animals' reactions are going to be when I take them up into the lush green forests and rivers of Oregon from the dry, dusty, crappy, hot desert, and that's all they know. So it's going to be really fun. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit that notification thing in the corner, because we're not only going to Oregon, we're going to be building the house too, and I need you guys' help for that. And we got a lot of great stuff to come, so make sure to stick around and check this out. Guess what we're going to do first thing in the morning? We're going to pick out new house colors because I decided to sell. Why, you might ask? Well, mainly because of this. Something I've always been worried about. Maybe there's not going to be any water, and then I saw that article, and it pretty much just confirmed my suspicions, and I was like, hey, let's get going out of here. Let's head up to Oregon where there's actual sustainability like water and animals to eat and that sort of thing. It's a big bummer. I was really excited to get this thing going. This place is probably going to end up costing me money, and the market's going to crash, and then I'm going to be really fucked. So here it is. Here's all the hard work that I had to put into it. I'm going to break down the racks and that thing, and it'll be all open and empty and ready to go, which I'm excited about. If you check out my YouTube, you can see when I first put this up, and you can see all the stuff after the fact that was in here, and it's taken forever to empty out because I'm doing it all by myself. Definitely be super sad to see this place go, because you see I got all my pots cleared out and everything, and well, hopefully whoever comes here next will enjoy this as much as I did. It was a lot of fun to build, a lot of work, and yeah, I'm excited to move though. All right, so just like the rest of Ubiquiti stuff, this is super easy. You get your Cat 6 plugged in there, and then you're just gonna slide your mount on there, and you're gonna move the wire and then slide it onto the wall base, ASA base. There it is, easy as that. All right, let's go to our Unified Network app and get this thing adopted real quick. Let's see how fast it can find it. Oh, there it is. That was really quick. All right, setup. Let's see it. How about, we'll do backyard Flex HD. Next, device will continue adopting in the background, setting up about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Awesome. And you can go to your dashboard, check out all your other stuff. That was it. It's already ready to go. That was super quick. That was less than a minute. Here we are at our beautiful UDM Pro, bereft of all the cool star displays. Such a bummer. I put so much work into that, but selling the house, gotta just bring it back to old plain Jane. I'm gonna paint it white, put the door back on, and then I'm gonna do that star display at my house. Well, this was my house, but it's not anymore. We'll plug it into number 23 because that's about how many hours it takes to drive to Oregon. And I have to do it twice. So we are all plugged into 23. Let's go back out there. We're gonna plug in a new AP and adopt it and see how good of a connection we get with our Wi-Fi. So this is pretty much the exact same thing I'm gonna be doing at my parents' place up in Oregon. I'm just gonna run a cable out to the trailer here, so that way I can get that sweet Wi-Fi connectivity until I have a more permanent solution, which is moving down to the basement. Okay, first thing first, we're gonna go to our Unified Network app and make sure that our AP is up and running. Yeah, there it is, Tiny House AP. And what I found very interesting is that the Ubiquiti network will automatically connect to the AP that has the strongest signal. So when I did the backyard AP, it turned out that the living room AP had a lot stronger signal. So it defaulted to that one. Now it's defaulting to this one. So let's try that speed test out. I'm gonna use WiFiman, and it's got our Tiny House AP hooked up. So let's start that speed test. Yeah, now I'll be able to stream my Animal Royale game real good, or I'm gonna try. That game's a lot of fun, but all the tryhards are discovering it and they're kicking my ass, so stop it. So if you're having like a backyard barbecue, if you're having a wedding or something like that, and you wanna make sure that everybody's got Wi-Fi connectivity to ignore each other and be passive aggressive, you'll be able to do that. And you can get APs that can handle several hundred clients at the same time. Okay, so now what I'm working on is I'm setting up a guest Wi-Fi network, and I'm gonna go head over to my nice neighbor Jana's place, and I'm gonna see if we can connect to it and see what kind of Wi-Fi speeds we get by doing a couple Wi-Fi tests. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how we're going to set up that network right here. So go ahead and go to unifi.ui.com and log into your portal. And then once you're there, you're going to come down here to the Network AP tab. And then once you get to that point, you'll go down to settings there. And then you're just gonna go right over to the add new Wi-Fi network. Super easy. So we'll just name it Jana's house. And we can enter a password real quick. Okay. That, and then add that Wi-Fi network. Save our password. That was pretty quick. So I want to see if we can connect to that network on the laptop here. Let's give it a shot. Let's see, other Wi-Fi networks. We're looking for Jana's house. There it is right there, Jana's house, and it's got really good connectivity. Okay, now we're gonna see if we can find Jana's Wi-Fi, and it looks like it's right there. So we'll get into this, join, and once we get connected, do speed test here, and then I'm gonna go over there and do a speed test and see what we got. All right, Jana's house, guest network. Let's start that speed test. So it's exactly the same as what we already had, but now somebody else can log into that network and not mess around with your primary network, which is really handy. Okay, so let's head over to Jana's place and see what kind of a connection we can get over there. All right, so here we are poolside at Jana's place. One of the coolest places to hang out. I just like to jump over my fence, even when I'm not invited. No, I'm just kidding, we have a really good time. Kids come over here and she watches them sometimes when we're busy. I'll water her plants. We'll have birthday events or holidays or something back here, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm curious to see what kind of connectivity we have out here by the pool, because as I was mentioning before, if you got a wedding or something like that, it'd be nice to be able to have a sweet Wi-Fi connection. Make sure we are connected to the guest network that we created for Jana. All right, let's do that speed test. That looks good. That is pretty amazing to be able to just go outside and have that kind of connection. Okay, here we are at Jana's house. Looks a hell of a lot nicer than mine does. So let's see if we can connect to her Wi-Fi over here that we made for her. Let's do a speed test real quick and see what kind of connectivity we have. That's pretty good for running the AP all the way over here and having it out by the pool and still having that kind of a connection. If you have a neighbor that needs some internet or a business associate that's next door or something like that, you can run an AP without any kind of issues and not have to pay any bills. That's great. Pack all this stuff up and leave my neighbor alone and get started on that epoxy closet floor. Okay, here we are in the closet. I finally painted it all white. Sadly, I cried a little bit because all that work I put into that Galaxy thing. But it looked cool, it was fun, I'll do it later. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do an epoxy floor, and I'm gonna do like a POV, so that way you don't have to see my face or anything while I'm working on it, and you can see the detail and the steps that I do to make this effect. So these are the colors that I chose. I'm gonna go with this Liberty Copper, I'm gonna go with this Roman Gold right here, and then I'm gonna go with this Blue Green. I always love the Blue Green with the copper. It's very Tucson, so I think it's gonna look really, really cool in here. Let's get to it. There it is. It looks pretty sweet. I think all the colors are starting to meld together very nicely. If I let it cure a little bit, I'll be able to come back and do a little more detail that will actually stick. But when it's pretty watery like this, everything just kind of flows together. Now you can see in the corner how weird it looks, and that's because the floor isn't level. I was a little bit worried about that. This stuff is self-leveling since it's a liquid, but that's okay because it's just a closet and who gives a shit? So I definitely have my work cut out for me. I have a lot of stuff that I gotta clean up and get packing. For the last week now, I've been doing the roof. I gotta repaint the house. I gotta sell all that Airbnb stuff I bought, and yeah, I had to clear up behind the tiny house, had to organize the trailer. I had no idea how much work was gonna be involved in totally relocating after 20 years. So I'm really not sure what the future holds because I got a lot of stuff to finish up here, but when we get up there, it's gonna be very exciting. I'm gonna be doing a deployment up there. I'm gonna be setting the cameras up in the woods and we're gonna check out the raccoons and the possums and the deer. So I hope you guys will join me on my adventure up to Oregon. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be definitely a huge change in scenery. I hope I can tolerate all that rain. So please like and subscribe, hit that notification thing in the corner because that really helps me out and I love seeing you guys here. I appreciate your support. You're just so cool and awesome and smart and funny. And we got some great stuff coming up and I can't do it without you. So please make sure to come back and see us so we can get that rocking. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for checking out the channel and have a nice day. Oh, Marla, y'all boxed up and ready to go? All boxed up and ready to go.